In Shining World Compassion Award news from the United Kingdom, the idea for the Worthing Vegan Food Bank Network came from Miss Pia Offord, a vegan herself who wanted to help the less fortunate get fresh fruits and vegetables during the COVID-19 pandemic. She started in 2020 by making free fresh food available through a box she placed in a friend's small cafe. In just over a year, the organization has grown to serve 30 families, approximately 80 to 100 people who come to pick up a food box on a weekly basis. The Worthing Vegan Food Bank Network is not only a food donation service, but it also offers education about plant-based food preparation to families.
What makes us definitely different is, as you can see, we do have a lot of fresh fruit and vegetable. So we focus on at least 50 to 60% fresh fruit and vegetables, which is something that normal food banks just don't provide.
When asked about her goals for the food bank, Ms. Offer said,
I personally am vegan for the animals and vegan because I want to have a more kind and compassionate world. And I think it's so important to spread that message with kindness and positivity. So I'm all for, showing people how amazing vegan food can be, what lovely things are out there. As for our community, there is people who need a helping hand, and there will always be. We might have started out of a pandemic that sadly comes from eating animals. So we want to turn this around, and we want to make sure that people understand veganism is the way forward. Veganism is something where we can feed the world.
Upon learning about this inspiring initiative, Supreme Master Ching thankfully present the Shining World Compassion Award to Pia Offord and the Worthing Vegan Food Bank Network, plus a $10,000 loving contribution to further this caring endeavor with all love and gratitude in Heaven's grace. Our association members in the United Kingdom were honored to present the award letter, crystalline plaque, and Master's financial contribution, along with her publication to Ms. Offord.
For selfless commitment, helping the less fortunate, for uplifting the community spirit and providing hope and relief to citizens during troubled times, and for your considerate wisdom, we laud the compassionate deeds of Pia Offord. May God be forever by your side.
Ms. Offord was elated to receive the award and monetary gift from Supreme Master Ching.
Thank you so much. I feel very speechless. I feel honored, and I'm gonna definitely display this with pride wherever I can. Thank you.
We have a check from Supreme Master Ching with all of her love for $10,000 for your amazing and such important work.
Thank you. Thank you so much to the Supreme Master. This is going to help all those families in need that we are helping on a weekly basis. Thank you so much.
A big vegan hats off Ms. Pia Offord and all the dedicated volunteers at the Worthing Vegan Food Bank Network. Our prayers for your continued success and that the charity will inspire many more selfless acts across communities in divine guidance. For the full presentation of the Shining World Compassion Award to Pia Offord and the Worthing Vegan Food Bank Network, please tune into our Shining World Awards program at a later date.
Guinea confirms first ever Marburg virus infection. The African nation recently identified its first case of Marburg virus disease in the Gekodo prefecture as a male patient succumbed to the condition 8 days after symptoms appeared. The highly infectious pathogen that causes hemorrhagic fever is transferred to people from fruit bats and spreads among humans through direct contact with bodily fluids of infected people, surfaces, or materials, with a fatality rate of almost 90%. To prevent widespread transmission, the World Health Organization and partners are assisting the nation's authorities to determine the outbreak's origin. track contacts, and share protection measures with residents. Over 170 contacts, including 3 family members and a health worker with the most contact with the victim, are being monitored. Our heartfelt sympathies go to the family of the deceased patient, and may his soul rest in peace. Many thanks for your swift supporting actions, World Health Organization and Guinean healthcare workers involved. In Allah's mercy, may we all adhere to compassion as our safety and refuge.
Mangrove Rehabilitation Project in Âu Lạc, also known as Vietnam, receives recognition. The eco-endeavor has won the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction, or UNDRR initiated 2021 Risk Award with a prize of €100,000. Local participants have already planted over 12,000 mangrove seedlings in the flood-susceptible Tam Yang, Southeast Asia's largest lagoon. Besides decreasing flood and coastal erosion possibilities, the initiative also teaches local women disaster risk management and provides livelihood support to disadvantaged people dependent on natural resources. The endeavor is co-managed by the Âu Lạc Seas, or Vietnamese non-governmental organization, Center for Social Research and Development, or CSRD, and Germany's University of Potsdam. Munich Re Foundation, a German charity, generously donates the funding for the biennial award, focused on reducing risks associated with natural disasters, thus promoting social and economic stability. Bravo! Participants of the Tangian Mangrove Restoration Project, CSRD, University of Potsdam, UNDRR, and Munich Re Foundation. May such nature-supporting kindness be the cornerstone of our shared planetary future in celestial delight.
Study discovers brain area associated with spirituality. Researchers from the Center for Brain Circuit Therapeutics at Brigham and Women's Hospital in the United States, seeking to understand the biological basis for human spirituality, have determined the region of the brain that is linked to a person's sense of spirituality and religion. It is located deep within the center of the brain and called the periaqueductal gray, or PAG, which is also associated with the brain's role in feelings of altruism and unconditional love. Utilizing lesion network mapping or locating damaged brain tissue areas, the results were obtained by evaluating data from people who had sustained a brain injury, its relation to the PAG area, and their answers to a questionnaire regarding their spirituality before and after their brain tumor operation. Fascinating news, researchers from the United States, on your intriguing discovery. In the radiance of the providence, may all people realize their deepest nature as we meditate on the infinite bliss within.
Greek volunteers take action to protect their communities from historic wildfires. In August 2021, when fires ravaged northern Evia, Greece's second-largest island, burning almost a quarter of the land, hundreds of residents and tourists were forced to evacuate. United in their struggle to save their communities, many local people became volunteer firefighters to help extinguish the blaze. Spiros, who works at his family's local supermarket, shared that even though his house was not burning, he felt a sense of duty to join in. The kind-hearted helpers were encouraged when receiving support, such as assistance to subdue the fires from Romania, Serbia, and Ukraine, as well as demonstrations of community solidarity through cheering or bringing food and water. A standing ovation, volunteer firefighters and all involved, for your exemplary love in action. May safeguarding our precious planet through conservation and the caring vegan lifestyle become our utmost priority everywhere, in God's benevolence.
University student in Singapore develops 3D printed vegan salmon. Umate, a 23-year-old National University of Singapore undergraduate student, has created a computer-aided model so a food 3D printer can make a fish fillet imitating the shape and size of regular salmon. Using red lentils to emulate the flesh and white pea protein to mimic connective tissue, the ingredients are printed layer after layer to replicate the alternating pink and white patterns of the fish. Camelina oil is also added to the lentils to provide high levels of omega-3. Ms. Tay has received the Outstanding Undergraduate Researcher Prize from the National University of Singapore for her innovation. Furthermore, a local company is keen to manufacture the vegan salmon by licensing her technology. How remarkable! We applaud your creativity, Umate. In divine upliftment, may only plant-based food sources feed humanity for an abundant and flourishing future.
Canadian firefighters rescue puppy who lost consciousness from house fire. Vancouver Fire Rescue Services saved the life of Jack, a 7-month-old black Labrador who was found severely injured and unconscious inside a burning home in South Vancouver. The firefighters hurried to provide him with a pet oxygen mask while treating his leg burns and applying cold water to cool down his body. After some of the crew had spent 45 minutes tending to the puppy, Jack's caregiver brought him to the vet, and the following day, the firefighters were all delighted to learn that he had survived and was in good condition. We are so glad to hear that Jack is doing well, and no humans were injured in the fire. And our gratitude, Vancouver Fire Rescue Services, for your prompt emergency care. May we honor all life on earth as our own in heaven's compassion.